before the video starts, I would like to say something real quick. Now then, before any of you guys say that my voice is fake and I'm using a voice filter, I got the proof that I'm not. I'm gonna play some audio from this motivational speech, and if I am using a voice filter, the audio from the motivational speech should be deep as well.
You for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already
As you can hear that the motivational speech is still normal pitch and my voice is still deep. This is your proof right here. Listen closely, this is your proof.
The gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling.
Anyway,
Helping others.
Anyway, that's enough of the proof. Let the video begin. Alright, what's good? It's your boy, Renegade X, the one that you love to hate. And I'm starting my second podcast episode, but I got a special guest with me. My friend Mike. Tell him what's good, Mike.
What's happening with you?
Sir, yes sir. Alright, now today's topic is understanding different points of view. So, when I thought of this topic, me and my friend Mike thought of this topic. I gotta give credit now. We were just, thinking about how people, try to compare themselves to others. For example, like I don't know, say like this 24-year-old person, he accomplished so much and all that stuff. Getting paid, everything like that. And then there's the, this other 24-year-old, who's struggling to get to that point. I've heard some people say, hey man, I did this when I was this age, man, you should be able to do the same. But they do not take into account, how everybody's, life is different. You don't know what somebody's been going through. Exactly. Just because you were able to do this, that don't mean they can't do that. Like right now, they may achieve that level eventually. So, yeah, Mike, what you gotta say about that?
Well, starting off on it, one of the main things that comes to mind when you say things like that is like my situation. I got a back injury when I was in the military at 21. Mm-hmm. So that limited my mobility and the use of my body at an earlier age. Mm-hmm. So people have to understand what I like to say is what cards each individual is dealt. I mean, for me, that limited how much I could work. So no, I cannot do everything. I couldn't do everything that others of my age or stuff like that could do because of this. Mm-hmm. And you got to think of location. I'm in an extremely small town. There aren't very many jobs that pay a lot. While you got other people in bigger towns and even cities that get higher pay. Yeah, you can talk about cost of living, but I mean, when it comes down to it, they still have more options than us.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of variables that have to be considered when you think about who can do what you can do.
Yeah.
If you're not considering the other person's position, then you're not looking at it on a fair playing field.
Yeah, cause I'll be hearing some family members saying they be doing all this at at my age, but I'm like, times were different back then. They expected me to do a whole lot like they did. I'm like, first off, we are not the same. We are family, yes, but we are not the same. It'd be boring if everybody, was like the same and everything, did the same things, acted the same way. That would be very boring and all that. Some people live with the struggle every day. Some people don't really struggle like that. I'm like, it's the way it is. And sometimes comparing yourself to others, that also lowers your self-esteem. Instead of you just being happy of who you are. Cause I've been victim to that. You know, I've been victim of me saying I want to look like, you know, I don't know, Idris Elba or something. And I'm like, I probably, you know, I just can't achieve that, can't get that body, so, you know what, I'm just gonna have to deal with what I got.
Yep.
Just gonna have to deal with what I got. I do have something that Idris Elba don't have. A deep voice sounding like Darth Vader and Barry White. Yes, sir. At least I got that. At least that makes me unique in a way.
True.
So yeah, man.
Appreciate all your uniqueness.
Yeah. At least somebody does. But yeah, man. So, what's your thought about, you know, people comparing themselves to others? You know, that equivalates to that low self-esteem. What you have to say for that?
Well, it's the low self-esteem that I believe is kind of triggers it in the first place. Because I mean, you look at the what you perceive as the positives, like the wealth or the fame or the looks or whatever it is that this individual have, and you don't even see, as you said, your uniqueness, your own. I tell people you're beautiful in your own way. You need to look at that instead of looking at this person. And the only reason you think that person is this beautiful, whatever, is because this person has hundreds, maybe thousands of people telling them they're beautiful. If nobody was saying nothing, you wouldn't even pay that person that attention most of the time. So, you know, that's one thing they talk about in families. Like, you know, you should tell your people, your daughters they're beautiful. Tell your sons they're handsome. You should be building them up as they grow. So when they get older, they'll already understand and know that they are beautiful, they are handsome. Therefore, they won't seek it from other people.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, they get taken advantage of. Because, you know, especially the females, guys will easily tell them they're beautiful and they just fall all over them because they don't hear it. And for just one person, because you know the self-esteem so low, for one person to just tell them that they're beautiful, it just means the world to them. And so, like I said, I think it stems from having a low self-esteem in the first place that causes those issues of wanting to compare, not really compare, but to want to make yourself like an equivalent to this individual. Like, I want to be beautiful like this individual. I want to be wealthy like this. I want to be looked upon like this individual. Because you don't appreciate who you are and what you have.
Yeah, so like I said, man, I've been victim to that. You know, for the longest time, I wanted the six-packs when I get the attention from females. But you know how things are today, man. I'm like, fuck it, I don't think I really don't need it. I just need to work on myself and just, you know, love yourself and all that.
Facts.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at this, you know, my little research right now is saying why people kind of do that. They said this particular drive was first explored seriously by a social psychologist named Leon Feistinger. I don't know if I said his name right, but hey, in 1954, Feistinger basically said that people evaluate their opinions and abilities by comparing themselves to other people for two reasons. First, to reduce uncertainty in the areas in which they're comparing themselves, and second is to learn how to define themselves. He called this concept social comparison theory, and it's one of the biggest contributions to the field of social psychology. Yeah, I'm trying to learn more about psychology. See, wonder how people, you know, operate and all that. Yeah,
Field to check out.
Yes, it is. But yeah, what you think about what I just read right there? What you think about Feistinger's I guess thoughts?
I had a conversation with a guy before. Matter of fact, last night about how children grow up. I say, you know, we don't realize it. The children don't always just simply because they have mom and daddy follow mom and daddy. They choose their influencers. And yes, because people are doing things that they're doing things from a child perspective that they have never seen or done before. They're following that because it interests them. So as children, I watch them grow up, and I see that they're constantly modeling themselves after somebody who's a big influence to them. And I told them, I said, your child's gonna pick an influencer. They're gonna pick somebody who interests them, and they're gonna mimic their ways. It's just, for me, it seems like human nature because I've seen every child do it. Every child I've seen, and so that's one part.
Yeah, I want to add something to that. You right though, cause some of my mannerisms and some of my mannerisms come from my father. My father is a big influence to me. He is a very big influence to me. Yeah, some of my you can tell too, cause some of my mannerisms and kind of how I talk and kind of laugh and all that. But yeah, I also look up to other influences too. I looked up to like Will Smith as one influence, Barry White, a bunch of deep voice, influences like that.
Hey.
But yeah, yes, children really do. Like I said, children are sponges. Children, toddlers, they sponges. They will pick up things and try to imitate it. Yeah, that's another thing. You gotta be careful around kids too. Like I said, sponges, man. They will mimic. They will mimic it. They will mimic it in anything.
Oh, I know. I know. I got 3. I know.
Yes. Okay, so I'm looking at the thing still. Hey, this is another thing that Feast Stinger said. Feast Stinger also pointed out that when we stop comparing ourselves to other people, we often experience hostility and derogation. I don't know if I said that right. Towards those people, as long as continuing to compare ourselves to others brings them unpleasant consequences. In other words, if we stop comparing ourselves to that super fit runner in our running group because it's making us feel bad, then we'll tend to deal with those feelings by mentally tearing them down. If we can't deal with the negative feelings of the comparison, then we'll swap them for more helpful ones. Anger, hostility, or a tendency to simply write the other person off. If you ever felt a twinge of envy about someone close to you and then you find yourself subtly turning against them in your mind, then this process will sound familiar. It's a strange script that all of us have running in the background to keep us feeling secure in our positions and self-concepts. Oh, humans. Yeah, so what you think about that? You agree with that? Disagree?
It happens. Sure enough, it does happen. It almost happened with me because people kept comparing me to this one person. And like his traits and all this crap. And I was like, everybody's different. You can't keep comparing me to this person. Then I found myself getting upset with that person. Like, why do they keep comparing me to you, so on and so forth? And why they keep saying, I should have traits like you. I mean, and I just kind of caught myself like, you know what? It's not even important. I'm just going to be the best individual I can be. I'm not going to focus on him. But that can happen. People get upset and they want to tear that individual down, start looking at the negative aspects of that individual. And like, what, this person's not as good as they say because, they got this going on too, okay. So for an example, let's just say Todd. Okay, Todd, well, the Todd got all this and that. Then when they stop, then it's like, Todd doesn't treat his kids good. They start pointing out the negative aspects of this individual.
Yeah.
You know, just to bring them down to that the level, you know, because people hold them in such high regard. So they start pointing out the negative to bring them down to a more normalized level. Like this person is not as special as y'all are saying. So check these out. You know, and that's what he's kind of pointing at.
Yeah. Your mom shared an event that I have been experiencing through high school. I ain't never really got like jealous, like I wanted to talk down on this person because the person was my friend. It's just the thing is, those people in my high school. First off, I want to say they was yeah. I don't know if I can say that right now, but so there was had this white friend, very smart dude, bro. Like he was funny too, man. The thing is, them people in the high school, they loved him, bro. Nothing but him. But they hated me. Even though I didn't do anything. You know, but this is before, you know, I started learning the stuff I did now than I did back then. Yeah, this man he was spitting facts, cracking jokes, you know, everybody loved him. You know, when I'm trying to go is this, you know, I kinda had felt some type of way, you know, like, man, I wish I were like him, man. I wish I could make jokes like him, be smart like him. But you know, that was the type of the book smarts that weren't really, you know, what's the word I'm trying to say? I guess interest me in a way. But how I feel now, man, is about that is forget them people, bro. That's how I feel about them fools in high school. Forget them. They load that on man all they want to. Like, they don't let me find them, whatever. But the knowledge I got now, man, it's a real necessity compared to the knowledge I was trying to learn back then.
Yep.
Hey man, I don't know if I should say this on the internet. Now I'm about to get five certificates in the diploma. You can't tell me I ain't smart, bro. You can't tell me that. I dare somebody to say that, please. I'm held to proof, man. 5 certificates in the diploma. You can't tell me I ain't smart, bro. But besides that, but everybody's smart in their own way. I'ma just say that then. So yeah, basically I quit trying to compare my intelligence to his. I'm like, I just said this one time. I said, look, I'm just smart my own way. I can never be him. So I'ma just quit trying to be like him. And boom, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
where
I mean,
it's
there's
at.
so much knowledge and stuff in the world to have, and so much wisdom.
Yes.
And we grew up around certain people, so we, like my brother-in-law, their father was really skilled at like mechanic stuff. So they grew up around that, and they are really knowledgeable in fixing so much stuff and how it works and things like that. That's something I didn't grow up around, so therefore I don't have that kind of knowledge.
Yeah.
So you know, everybody's like you said, everybody's got their own thing. You know, you grew up around different people speaking about different things. You just have your own thing. You should appreciate that.
Yeah. The thing that be happening is definitely on the internet. So say for example, this man has 5 million subscribers, and then this one dude only has I don't know, 500. He said, man, how come I ain't got 5 million subscribers like this dude, man? Something ain't right. You know, stuff like that's another way why how people compare themselves.
Yeah.
So man, it's if people would quit comparing themselves and just be fine with who they are, I think a lot more people be less depressed and all that stuff.
True.
But
What it ultimately revolves around is the definition of success or happiness. I mean, when you allow people to define what success is or define what makes you happy, then you try to live by those standards. Like, hey, this person, I like watching this person on YouTube, whatever. He's got 5 million subscribers. He's like, I'm happy, I'm this, I'm that, and now this individual watches like, you know, I'm gonna try to mimic his success by doing what he did. Well, you're not him, as we discussed earlier. You know, everybody's different. You know, you have something different to offer that you have to discover and bring to the table. That individual brought what he had to the table, and or she, and got what they got.
Yeah.
And now you're basing what success is and what happiness will bring you based upon other people. You know, I see other people, and they're like, you know, I've been trying for years and so on, so I can't get the success that this person had. You're not that person. And like we've been also saying, like, you know, if you learn who you are and just appreciate what you have to offer and give what you have, you'll get what you get. And I told one person before, I said, yeah, you don't have all the subscribers. I said, but you have some people who really care about you here. So yeah, it ain't thousands and millions, but you have people that support you. You got people that's always hearing your streams. They care about you. I said, appreciate the people who are here with you, and don't worry about who's not showing up.
Yeah. Some true words right there. Yeah, cause yeah, you heard me say when I say I don't have a beautiful singing voice, like, well, I ain't gonna say her name. I'm just say I'ma just say I'ma just say that. Yes.
I know.
A. Yeah, I ain't gonna say their name. I don't do all that. Yeah, you, even though I said that, you know, but I just, it's not like, oh, I wish I had it. I'm just saying I don't have it like that. Yeah, I ain't say I wanted it, but I mean, it would be nice, but like I said, I just don't have it, so I'm just have to deal with the deal with, like what A said, the guitar, the deep guitar strum. I'm going to deal with that then. I mean, it's fine though, cause ain't no wrong being a bass singer. I mean, Barry White did it, so, and then they do it in opera all the time, so there ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, just gotta find your place in it, bro.
Yes,
I was
sir.
telling somebody a while back about that. They like, man, I don't have a good singing voice. I said, your singing voice is fine. I said, just appreciate what you have to offer. Everybody's not gonna sound the same. We're not gonna be this famous person's voice, or have this famous person's voice, or this famous person's voice, or just this individual. I mean, you got to just make the best tones you can with what you got.
Yep.
And if you'll never learn to appreciate what you got, you'll never appreciate it if you get somebody else to start sounding like somebody else or anything.
Yeah.
You'll never appreciate it.
There's another thing I want to say about the comparison thing. So some people say, well, a lot of people say they want to be like this person, but you don't know what be going on in a person's life, though. Like I mean, they may have like the glamour, fortune, and all that stuff, but you don't know what be happening behind the scenes. You're like, oh, I want to be a, you know, famous rapper like I don't know, Future or something like that, but there be some more shady things happening in them record deals, so I don't think you want to be there.
It goes back to what I was saying. People look at the positive things. They're not looking at what that person's struggle is, what that person's issues are. They don't care about that. They're looking at, hey, the money, hey, the women, hey, the attention. They don't care about none of that other stuff.
Right. Yep, that's absolutely another true statement right there. Do not know what be going on in people's lives, because they always post on their social medias, their Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. Me posting all the good things happening, you know, them posing next to their car or something like that, or I don't know, they're meeting at a restaurant laughing with their friends, but you don't know what be happening you don't know what be happening in their lives, though.
True.
It could be you struggling with depression. You never know.
That's true.
You never know. You gotta take that into consideration.
True.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that time. Anything else you want to talk about? Any different subject? Because this just be like a little free time session thing or something like that.
No, like I said, I'm not really long with it. I mean, I like to get directly to the point, but I will add, learn to love yourself. Learn to appreciate the things that you have. What you were blessed with is what you were blessed with. And you can take those blessings and become that next person that you're idolizing, that next person you look up to so much. You could be that person. So instead of trying to mimic the people you see, love yourself and magnify your talents, your skills, and your blessings, so you can be that next individual.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, man. Magnify yourself. Yep, all of that. I mean, it's good to be influenced by people. It's different when you're trying to be exactly like them. There's a difference. Like I said, I was influenced by Will Smith. I ain't never said I wanted to be exactly like Will Smith.
It's okay to see, positive things in people, and that drives me to want to be a better person or to try harder in this area. But trying to be like them as a person is the wrong approach.
Yeah. I mean, I always get, people say I sound like Barry White, but things I ain't trying to be exactly like Barry White. I ain't no beast or nothing, because I don't know if people know this. Barry White had died on July 4th, 2003 or 4, I think, somewhere around that time. He died because of his obesity. He was always overweight. I mean, I used to have weight problems too, but the thing is, how I lost weight is I had gotten sick and I didn't eat for about like a good month, and I lost weight. The second time how I lost weight is actually exercised and dieted. I was watching what I eat. So yeah, I'm about average size right now. Not bad, not skinny, just right. Yeah, but right now I'm trying to get muscular. I'm lifting weights, man. Trying to, not because I'm trying to, flash and look good, because I'm trying to, protect myself, man. Hey man, somebody have to get these hands. They will, bro. They will. All right, people. You listen to the Renegade podcast. I'm gonna have my special friend Mike with me. Remember, I am Renegade X, the one that you love to hate. And if you like the content, subscribe if you want to see more. We out of here.